Top news headlines. Wangkhemcha Shamjai elected as president of All Manipur Working Journalists Union. All Manipur Women Voluntary Association observes its 32nd Foundation Day. And talks with centre's new interlocutor failed to live up to all the hype, says NINGTHOUJAM. A very good evening and welcome to Mami TV Primetime English News. This is MASACO NINGTHOUJAM giving you the latest news updates. Editor of Kangleipa Ki Meira, Wangkhemcha Shamjai has been elected as the new president of All Manipur Working Journalists Union, AMJU. Out of 346 members of the union, 326 members voted at the election held at the conference hall of Manipur Press Club at Major Khol. 94.21% voter turnout. Shamjai defeated Bijoy by securing 173 votes. The winners for the members of the standing committee are A. Jitin of Sangai Express, L. Arizona of The People's Chronicles, A. Binod from Impact TV, L. Sanjit Kumar of Ekhoigi Panthung, L. C. Pritham of Liklam, K. H. Nauba of ISTV, A. Priyo of Morning Bell, and A. Birjit of Kangla Pao.
Akogi Manipur later Akogi Pamising a Siki when Perki Tabagamo Akogi Shopping Court Akogi Raita Raba Majetia Whiteboard. Pamising a quick Kusuman right. Magi Pangon Toka right or Chap Chat Pangana I could Tagani Yal Hambada Han could have a Horum Mabani Adabo Karigumba Kraki in a second Jariba could continue to Mating Pangidava. I could to Gai Kaiba Yawagi Mitar Padiki Pamising Kusuman Pangadava Maga Hak right by Mayamado. I could Pangam Lagi Yaman White at the Yalamada in a Dr. Jacob wishing Hak Sapana Panga Honova, my democratic right. Majetia's whiteboard implement the Holagana, wishing Kusuman, Sapana, I'm Juji. One working journalist union, trade union, Akoji, Labor Department, appellation, Akogi, Tauri, Resa Toribini. I don't know, Pamising Jenako, what a Suru Garamagi, Kusuman, the Kogi, Hakubara, Jumaga Pangba. I don't know, Kogi, Pamising, Munungi, Pim, Patava, Akogi, Yam Yawi, I don't know, appeal to everybody, Pamising a system, talk to you, about wishing Pango, how to put a chap Pangana, Wanagadi, and issue with that. Manipur Jakogi, in Sanjay Polo, is that Amani. As you said, I see that we wishing a Sikita Mutakogi, Magila from Sapum, Akoi Semjana Bakogi, Yalhamadina, a president or Matamda, Impan Westki Lampelgi, PSK Awang Tangmanakan Dakogi, Afaba Akogi Lelama, Akogi, Permanent Peter Akogi, Patata, later, Kate Dakogi, Housing colonies, Haradon to the Pomishingi, other Pomi housing colonies, Habaki Tabak, Young Kunjing Yana, changing it Toroga. Akogi Karigumaka no Itabadi Kaibo Pampai the Badagi, Tokibani, I don't know, Housing Colony, Hasiba, choice with rice, Hannah on the Jagani.
All Manipur Women Voluntary Association, Amawova, observed its 32nd Foundation Day today at Maharaj Chandrakirti Auditorium at Palace Compound. Speaking on the occasion, President of Amawova, Y. Kunjarani, said, failure to deliver justice on time by criminal judiciary system has led to the rise in the number of women-related crimes in the state. Since its establishment, the association has been taking active participation in various issues of the state, like fighting for people's right and removal of Armed Forces Special Powers Act 1958. She said, Amawova has organized awareness program to educate the people about related crimes. They are working alongside people to fight issues like territorial dispute and ILPS. Amawova head office, Amuko and Pore Lemerol jointly distributed rice to the people during the pandemic. She promised to take active participation in tackling various issues of the state.
Amawagi unit singna magi jagada angamba mateng pangdona miya awa anasing bu mating pangaga lai chana thakna ba yendana aduga second work matamda akoi amova head office amuko poiri lemoron akoi punna khusam nara kanda iramdam sida lairiba awa ana taraba singda singi chana thakna bagi mateng pangdana lai aduna amova na tangkak da thola iba matam matamgi thola iba isu kaya da asoba thodang lodana lai matungda su logini amoba matam sangna kuina miyangi seba tawba ngamjage haiba wapam si thamaga te sinja.
Naga insurgent group NSCN-IM has said that talks with the centre's new interlocutor failed to live up to all the hype. The outfit's statement comes barely a month after former Intelligence Bureau IB Special Director A.K. Mishra was appointed as new peace talk interlocutor, replacing R.N. Ravi. The NSCN-IM in a statement said with Mishra's appointment and the resumption of talks after a gap of nearly 2 years, much hype was generated that the final Naga solution is just around the corner. Terming the centre's stand on NSCN-IM's demand unfortunate, the NSCN alleged that the government of India is still pretentiously acting stubborn as the crucial round of talks that focused on the Naga flag and the constitution is driven to hang in balance. Separate flag and constitution for Nagaland are the two main demands of NSCN-IM, which have been rejected by the centre. With an aim to eradicate COVID-19, vaccination programs have been organized at different parts of Imphal West. A mega vaccination cum bumper draw was held today at GM Hall, Dharamsala and Polo Ground under the supervision of Imphal West District Administration. Talking to Mami TV about the vaccination, vaccinator Wankairakpam Supriya said the vaccination program will be organized on October 31st and November 4th. As part of the program, a mega bumper draw for vaccinated people was held at Imam Market at 4:30 p.m. First prize winner will receive big screen TV, a mobile phone for the second place, blankets to the third winner, along with 10 consolation prizes. Hence, Supriya appealed to the people to get complete dose of the vaccine. To ensure win for BJP candidate in Wangkhem Assembly constituency in the upcoming election of Manipur Legislative Assembly, BJP Manipur Pradesh today launched Thambal campaign in the constituency. The launching program was held at the residence of Moirangthem Ibecha at Bishnu Nahal Laishram Lekai. Spokesperson of BJP Manipur Pradesh, Dr. Nimai Chan Luang, and President of BJP Thoubal District Mandal, Yumnam Kumarjit, launched the campaign. As part of the program, the party distributed edible items to frontline workers in celebration of achieving the feat of 100 crore vaccination by the country. President of BJP Wangkhem Mandal, Leishangthem Sunil Kumar Meitei, Vice President of BJP Thoubal District, Saugrakpam Japan, and party workers attended the launch program. IQAC, NSS and NCC Thoubal College jointly organized United Nations Day today at Thoubal College under the theme Recovering Better for an Equitable and Sustainable World. Nodal Officer of Aisha and Rusa, Dr. Abdul Latif, Coordinator of IQAC, Dr. K.H. Jogendro Singh, and Associate NCC Officer, Dr. M. Damodar Singh, attended the observance as Chief Guest, President, and Guest of Honor, respectively. NSS certificates are also distributed to the NSS volunteers who had attended a special camp. United Nations Day is an annual commemorative day reflecting the official creation of the United Nations on October 24, 1945. Former interim president of Northeast India Development Party Working Committee Sapam Kunjakishore Singh and former president of United Committee of Manipur UCM Yumnam Nabachandra today joined BJP. President of BJP A. Sharda Devi, Chief Minister N. Biren, former President of BJP Manipur Pradesh T. H. Chauba and MLA Y. Irabot warmly welcomed them. As part of continuous drive against liquor in connection with the upcoming State Assembly election 2022, a team of Narcotics Cell, Ziribam District Police, under the supervision of Additional Sub-Inspector A. Krishna Sharma, in charge Narcotics Cell, Ziribam District Police, seized a huge quantity of Indian-made foreign liquor from an individual this morning near railway station, Ziribam. The liquor was found on a Tata truck bearing registration number AS01CC2148. The driver has been identified as Pukhrambam Sanatomba Mete, 31, son of late P. Ibocha Mete of Maybe Hekak Mapal, Awang Lekai, Imphal East District. The team discovered 288 liquor bottles and 24 cans. The seized liquor, along with the apprehended person, was handed over to the OC Excise Station, Ziribam, for further legal action. An enrollment program for PMJAY cards under Ayushman Bharat for the people of Kangabok was held at Basumandal Temple. The program was organized by Vishwa Hindu Parishad and nominee for MP Maharaj Sanajauba Leshemba and co-convener of Medical Cell BJP Manipur Pradesh, Thokchum Sharat Chandra Singh. The program was organized with a target to enroll 1,000 beneficiaries. It's time for a short commercial break. Stay tuned for more updates.
LX Sublimation. Pauna Bazaar Imphal, JMG Shopping Complex, first floor. Mafam asida mug printing, cover printing, t-shirt, keychain, photo frame, sublimation ki pot khuding mug wholesale da pangbigani. Items available are mug printing, cover printing, t-shirt, keychain, photo frame. All the mentioned items will be available at wholesale rate in LX Sublimation. LX Sublimation. Pauna Bazaar Imphal, JMG Shopping Complex, first floor. Mafam asida mug printing, cover printing, t-shirt, keychain, photo frame, sublimation ki pot khuding mug wholesale da pangbigani. Items available are mug printing, cover printing, t-shirt, keychain, photo frame. All the mentioned items will be available at wholesale rate in LX Sublimation.
Welcome back after the break. Moving on to the national news, India recorded 15,906 new cases with 561 deaths in the last 24 hours, taking the total tally of cases to 3.41 crore across the country. The death toll climbed to 4.54 lakh and active cases declined to 1.72 lakh, according to the Union Health Ministry data update. The active cases comprise 0.51% of the total infections, while the national COVID-19 recovery rate was recorded at 98.17%, the highest since March 2020, the ministry said. So far, the total cumulative tests conducted for detection of COVID-19 in the country reached 59.97 crore. The number of people who have recuperated from the disease surged to 3.35 crore, while the case fatality rate was recorded at 1.33%. The cumulative doses administered in the country so far under the nationwide COVID-19 vaccination drive has exceeded 102.10 crore. Prime Minister Narendra Modi highlighted the contribution of police personnel and said that the women police forces are becoming role models for lakhs of daughters of India. Addressing the nation on the 82nd edition of his monthly radio program, Man Ki Baat, Prime Minister Modi cited statistics from the Bureau of Police Research and Development, which showed that in the last few years, the number of women police personnel has doubled. Prime Minister Modi also lauded health workers for their tireless hard work over vaccine success. As India crossed the 100 crore vaccine milestone on October 22nd, Prime Minister Modi called it a result of the hard work of lakhs of health workers. He further praised the role of women in the increasing influence and power of the United Nations. Talking about the new drone policy, Prime Minister Modi said that one of the things that is capturing people's imagination is the use of drones in India and how youngsters and the world of startups are very interested in this subject. The Prime Minister asserted that the government has redefined the definition of drone technology, which is not just limited to army combat anymore. With an aim to change the mindset and adopt new trends, the government introduced a new drone policy on August 25th this year. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is expected to pitch for a united global approach in dealing with the situation in Afghanistan and combating challenges of climate change and coronavirus pandemic at the two-day G20 summit in Italy beginning October 30th, people familiar with the development said today. Prime Minister Modi is likely to leave for the visit to Italy and Scotland either on Thursday or Friday, they said. The G20 Heads of State and Government Summit will be held in Rome on October 30th and 31st with the participation of leaders of the grouping and representatives of some of the main international and regional organizations. The G20 leaders are expected to deliberate on several key challenges such as recovering from the coronavirus pandemic, addressing climate change, and overcoming poverty and inequality in various parts of the world. The situation in Afghanistan is expected to figure prominently at the summit, said one of the people cited above. Union Home Minister Amit Shah, who is on a three-day visit to Jammu and Kashmir, inaugurated a new campus at the Indian Institute of Technology, IIT Jammu, today. He will also meet MPs, MLAs and senior BJP leaders later in the day. Amit Shah is being accompanied by Union Ministers Dharmendra Pradhan, Dr. Jitendra Singh and Jammu and Kashmir Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha. He further called the developments at IIT Jammu a step forward in realizing Prime Minister Narendra Modi's vision of a prosperous Jammu and Kashmir. Amit Shah is also likely to meet a delegation of Kashmiri Pandits in Jammu in the wake of the recent civilian killings in the Kashmir Valley. This is his first visit to the Union Territory since the abrogation of Article 370 in August 2019, which strips Jammu and Kashmir of its special status. The Congress slammed the centre over rising fuel prices, with former party chief Rahul Gandhi taking a dig at the government, saying the tax dacoity on petrol prices is rising and there would be some respite from it if elections take place somewhere. Congress General Secretary Priyanka Gandhi Vadra also attacked the centre on rising prices of petrol and diesel, alleging that the Modi government has created records in giving trouble to people. Taking to Twitter, the Congress General Secretary tagged a media report which said that this year petrol prices have increased by a record 23.53 rupees. Moving on to the international news, at least 12,939 Myanmar nationals, including women and children, are currently taking shelter in different parts of Mizoram, said police officials. More refugees from Myanmar's Chin state continue to enter Mizoram's southern and eastern border districts due to continuous clashes between Myanmar military and local civilian militia members, the police officer said. Out of these Myanmar nationals, detailed information of 1,518 nationals is yet to be recorded, the police officer said. Their number keeps changing as there are new entrants almost every day, while some who live near the international border come and go on a regular basis, he said. According to the police officer, the Myanmar nationals are provided shelters and food by the local people, community leaders, NGOs, churches and individuals, he said. And now, before we wrap up, the top news headlines once again. Wangkhemcha Shamjai elected as president of All Manipur Working Journalists Union. All Manipur Women Voluntary Association observes its 32nd Foundation Day. And talks with centre's new interlocutor failed to live up to all the hype, says NSC and IM. And that's all for the Primetime English News. Thank you for watching.